know. Before I start talking boxing, man, that dude Kanye West, he is the worst. But that's okay, because I got special smoke for him. But nevertheless, we'll get to that later on. All right, so a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, I got like 25 minutes before I, get to the house. So we gonna get it going. We gonna get it cracking. All right, so first of all, let me talk about this situation with Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa was basically arrested on suspicion of, a DUI. And I like Brandon Figueroa. I think he's a good kid. I think he's a cool dude. But at the end of the day, man, that's just not a good look, man. If you driving under the influence, you can put yourself in a position where you can harm yourself or harm others, and that just was not smart. And I know he's young, but still, at the end of the day, it's just no excuse to drive under the influence. They got Lyft, they got Uber, they still got taxi cabs. Just park your car somewhere safe, or have somebody come get you, and or just have somebody bring a friend and they drive you home and they drive your car to the house, and just leave it at that, man. That's just, you just can't do stuff like that. That just, what I'm saying? It's just not smart, man. And it's kind of funny, they ain't been talking about that. A lot of people ain't been talking about that, but we all know why that is, because Brandon Figueroa, ain't a brother. So, of course they not gonna bring it up. But I'm gonna bring it up because you gotta be fair, man. That's not a good look, Brandon. Not a good look. That wasn't smart. But everybody make mistakes. But when you make mistakes like that, that could be a mistake that can cost you your life or cause other people their lives. So I just wanted to get that out there. So we gonna move on. All right. So it appears that. Oh man, it appears that Tank is pissed off at Floyd Mayweather once again. Now, just the other day, he put out a picture of Floyd Mayweather in some, I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was Fendi or Louis. And Floyd was like in his drawers, I think, in Russia. It was kind of funny. Tank and Floyd always seem to be at odds, man. And Tank is claiming that Tank is not officially re-signed with Mayweather Promotions. He's claiming that he's still a promotional free agent, but we don't know. We don't know. And based off what the other young man said about the PBC, that could be exactly what the situation is, being a free agent, but they still can oversee and make decisions on who you fight and get a percentage and own your likelihood and all that kind of stuff. So we gotta see. We gotta see. We gotta see. We gotta see. But eventually we'll find out. Like I say, the PBC they just been a huge disappointment. They just been a huge disappointment just the last couple of years, period. With just some of the cards they've been putting on, some of the fights they've been trying to make us pay for and stuff. Then some of the narratives that they've been putting out there is basically some of the blatant lies. So that's just unfortunate. But at the end of the day, you got to call it how it is. And I'm going to call it right down the middle. And I still don't like their mistreatment of fair and objective black media. How they've frozen out a lot of good black media out there that's trying to be objective and not being, just sack huggers. Really trying to go out there and do a respectable job. And it's a lot of us out there, denying us credentials because we won't follow a script. We won't say what they want to say, and they can't control our channels. Basically, we won't play ball. But then again, they only want certain people to play ball, but other people can say whatever the hell they want to say. But then they want to monitor what we say. But, you know, but then you have people that'll try to have the audacity to try to play all this. We supposed to be brothers, black people need to stick together and all this kind of talk, man. It's just complete baloney. So, you know, I mean, look what's going on. I mean, look what's going on with this. Look what's going on with the fight that we all been clamoring for. And like I said, I done seen everything. I done seen the Texas. I done seen everything. And like I said, once again, the people that's leaking this information are the people that work for the company. It ain't me. They sending this stuff to us. There's just been a whole bunch of lies, man, concerning this so-called super that ain't supposed to, ain't or should, may not be somewhere down the line. All I can say is they won't be no damn fight on November the 19th, and you can that. There will not be a fight on November the 19th. It's been capped. It's been lies. You've been getting lied to. You've been getting played. And then a lot of these people been playing you too, lying to a lot of these, you know, content creators. And then a lot of these content creators been lying themselves, just putting out baloney and lying just so they can get super chats and get people to watch their channel. And they've been going into blind, or they deaf, dumb, and blind. The truth been hitting them right in the face, but they don't want to see it. And like I said, the most disappointing thing about this whole thing with the super fight and all that kind of stuff. But let me get to this. A side note, Top Rank got a card going on November the 12th with Genovic. I think Genovic was upgraded to champion, you know, due to the fact that I think Demetrius Andrade vacated. Which, by the way, Demetrius Andrade, that dude, wow. I don't know what I can say about that dude. I think they should consider possibly retirement, because he another one nobody wants him, and that's unfortunate. I don't think the PBC checking for him. I don't think Golden Boy wants him. His deal with Matchroom ended, and I don't think Top Rank wants him. And he looked too. You would think this dude would be in the top, you know, to be honest with you, Demetrius Andrade should have been a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter. But unfortunately, he just can't get the people behind him. He just don't have the right people supporting him. He don't have the right team. He just got, it's sad. At age 34, you just look at his career. His career is just like, what the hell? Bad promotional deals, bad management. You know what I'm saying? That was out for him, and I think that's sad. I don't know where he goes from here. He might want to consider retirement, and that might be his only option, because it appears nobody wants to do business with him. So that's just, I don't know, man. That's just unfortunate. That's just real unfortunate for that brother, because I met him one time. I talked to him, and he seemed to be a solid dude, but he just one of them dudes in a bad situation, and that happens when you don't have people that don't have your best interest. This happens to you on a regular basis. This happens in sports, it happens in the music industry, it happens in boxing. If you don't have the right team, you're not gonna get what you're worth. You're gonna be undervalued, you know, and that's just the bottom line. And that's unfortunate, and I hate to see this kind of stuff, you know, especially with brothers. hate it, and it bothers me a lot. But like I said, where does he go from here? What is there out there for him after this? I don't know. So let me get back to the other situation, the other tragedy, the other travesty that's going on in boxing. And we all know what that is. I'm just like, to the point, I'm just so disappointed, and basically I'm just really disappointed in how this whole situation with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford has transpired. I'm disappointed in the content creators. I'm just disappointed in the promotional companies. I'm just disappointed in everybody for basically not being able to get a deal did. And like I say, I know the truth now, which I've always known the truth to begin with. I sat back for months and listened to the lies, listened to the cap, and then a lot of times I saw people that I was cool with get sent on a lot of wild goose chases with fake information and just flat out lies. Just like you had one dude do it, he's seen the contracts. I'm not gonna say who the dude is, but he talked about he's seen the contracts, and I'm trying to be nice by not calling this dude a liar. But at the same time, how can you see something that hasn't even been drawn up? Or been finalized? So I guess you like Kamala Harris. You know, when Kamala Harris said that she was bumping Snoop Dogg and Tupac back in 1986 when she was in college. Even though Snoop Dogg didn't put out his first album till 1993, and Tupac didn't put out his first album till 1991. But you know, Kamala Harris seemed to have had Doggy Style and Tupacalypse before everybody else did. Okay, cool. So that's what that dude sounded like, and he shouldn't have did that, because basically he played himself, and he make himself look like he dishonest. Now, you all know that the Spence Brigade is going to protect him, because, you know, that's what they've been doing. And this has just been a ugly situation. This was supposed to be, like I said, Spence and Crawford was supposed to be a celebration. It was supposed to be a celebration between, you know, a fight between two of our best black fighters on the planet. But yet you have people going on smear campaigns, going on hate campaigns. Like I said, Terence Crawford received more hate from his own community than he did from people outside of the community. But that seems to be the thing, though. That seems to be the thing, though. Kanye West is just a coon, and that's just the bottom line. Ain't nothing complex about that dude. He's just a coon. Like a lot of these other dudes, man, and I wish people would stop saying that. It's funny how people act like they can't stand Jason Whitlock, but we've seen a lot of people act like Jason Whitlock towards Terence Crawford. I'm just keeping it a buck. Terence Crawford's biggest detractors and his biggest critics have been black. All because of extreme fanboyism and the flat out lies. Like I said, it's funny how everybody it's funny how everybody in the world was calling Terence Crawford a slave and all this kind of stuff, and called him a Toby, and called him a coon, and called him all this kind of stuff. But then on the other side of the street, you pretty much got the same thing going. And then you had these lying ass boxers talking about they, when clearly they're not their own, just sitting up there fronting. You dudes ain't your own boss. You can't do nothing without homeboy approving it. And I know that to be fact. You about your own boss? Please. And like I said, the worst people in this situation was all these dudes talking all this pro-black stuff. The hypocrisy surrounding this fight is just amazing. And the sensitivity and the extreme emotion, like I said before, anytime I just noticed it, and if you tip the scale, it wasn't balanced. You had the aerosexuals just being extremists. Even before, even before there was supposed to be a so-called fight date, like just after Spence versus Ugas. I just noticed anybody, when they would ask the experts, ask the veteran fighters, ask the OGs, the Hall of Famers, I noticed anybody that picked Terrence Crawford to win that fight, he got attacked. People made videos, or people was coming in the comment section, and that's why I didn't make no videos about who was picking who to win, because at the end of the day, I didn't feel like going through that. And I just noticed that anybody that picked Terrence Crawford, people got an attitude. I was like, man, so people can't even pick Terrence Crawford to win? Oh man, F. Roy Jones Jr. I'm like, damn. Because I mean, really? It's not even that, man, it's not even that serious, man. And I just noticed that. And then these dudes would be trying to come on some of these dudes' social media outlets, trying to bully them and stuff, and harass them and stuff. That's real Tito Jackson-ish. That's real growth transmit. Real sensitive. That's like extreme emotion. I'm like, come on, man, we all grown. What I don't understand, nobody can answer this. The PBC got $100 million for Canelo. They found a way to give Charlo allegedly like $8 million. Even though nobody came to his last fight, they had the people go where he was. A venue at capacity holds 9,000 people because nobody bought tickets to that fight. They had to literally tell people to go in there and help fill up that stadium and sit where they wanted, basically. But they got money for him. They allegedly gave Caleb Plant $10 million, but they don't want to give. They don't even want to give Bud $5 million. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. I mean, you literally cannot make this stuff up. The bullying, the harassment. They got money for everybody else, but they ain't got no money for Terrence Crawford. But like I said, I already knew that they was gonna pull this stuff. And then I don't like what Tim Smith did, where he kept promising somebody I know credentials, and he didn't come through. But Tim Smith told you earlier this year, they said that they didn't have no money to pay Bud. No, it ain't that they don't have the money, they don't want to pay him. And now it's getting to the point to where everybody is starting to get involved and see what's going on. You even got Michael Buffer speaking on this, saying that Bud is being mistreated. Man, Canelo don't be bringing that much money, man. That's cap. And look, I'm not trying to attack nobody. Troy's my boy, but I disagree with him. Canelo's last fight flopped. And before that, his last fight with Demetrius Bibble, that flopped. They didn't even reveal the numbers. So Canelo ain't bringing that, you know what I'm saying? And then I heard that they comped a few tickets for Canelo's last fight with Triple G because they was filming scenes from Creed 3. You do know Michael B. Jordan was there. Look, man, like, I'm just keeping it a buck. And I'm not trying. Look, one thing that I get sick and tired of hearing is this stuff that well, you ain't never boxed before and all that kind of stuff, so you can't debate with a dude that boxed. Let me explain something to you. I have fought. I fought on the streets. I didn't fought on the streets more than Canelo didn't been in the ring. Guess what? No referees, no rounds, none of that stuff. So I ain't trying to hear that stuff, because sometimes that just get on my nerve. Yes, yes, you fought professionally and you have some expertise, but don't sit up there and disregard somebody else who has knowledge and studies the sport. Because if that's the case, this is real talk. So I'm finna shut that down about this. Oh, you ain't never played, you ain't never boxed and all that stuff. Okay, Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, he won a Super Bowl. Did he ever play professional ball? But he studied it. Did Tony Dungy ever play professional ball? To the most part. Okay, that's just real. Okay, that's cap. Did Bill Belichick ever play professional ball? You know, the guy that won like 7 Super Bowls. So I'm just saying, I don't like when people, and that be pissing me off sometimes, when you try to have a debate with somebody and you try to say, hey man, listen, let me, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, you don't do, like, listen, I'm just keeping it a buck. Sometimes I kind of get tired of hearing that, and I'll be trying to be respectful. Yes, you do have knowledge of the sport if you've actually boxed. But at the same time, what about the people that study it, that follow it, that go to the gyms, that actually, you know what I'm saying, train in boxing? I've been training in boxing for over 30 years. I never fought professionally, but that doesn't mean I don't know the sport. I'm just keeping it 100. Did Andy Reid's fat ass ever? Hey, did Andy Reid's fat ass ever play professional football? And he won a Super Bowl. So how can you sit up there and say that you don't have the right to speak? And then when you try, and that's why I don't even do debates with people, because you can't have a debate with nobody because they sit up there and try to disregard what you're saying. Now, for real, I don't want to hear this stuff. Canelo ain't packing them in like he used to. Yeah, Canelo did sell Cowboy Stadium out. Well, you could kind of say he sold Cowboy Stadium out, but at the end of the day, he had $25 tickets. Those tickets were going for $25. So I ain't trying to hear that though. Canelo ain't bringing in the money like they say he bring it in, because like I said, why have his last two fights or 3 fights underperformed? They said Canelo versus Triple G was a flop. Part 3. And obviously his pay-per-view versus Dimitri Bivol was a flop too. So I'm not trying to hear that stuff. So you can save that Canelo talk stuff. Canelo is a very popular fighter, but at the same time, I'm just saying, what did he do? What was his numbers versus Caleb Plant? We all know that they fabricate pay-per-view numbers. They've been doing that for a while. So can we stop with that baloney? Can we please stop with that? Yeah, you don't. I'm just saying. That's the point that I'm trying to make. That's why I don't even, like I said, Troy's my man, but sometimes I just don't agree with some of the stuff he be doing. It's just like he try to disregard people who have an opinion that's different from his. And that's not, and I'm not criticizing, brother. I'm just keeping it 100. You sit up there and you try to say, well, hear me out. Well, I noticed this, I noticed that. Just like, it's this thing like the need to be right. I don't have the need to be right urge like a lot of people. If I'm wrong, I can admit that I'm wrong. And I never said to anybody that I'm right about everything. And I've always said, hey, I don't know if for sure. And I always tell people, if I'm not sure, put the correct information in the comment section, because I never said that I was a Rhodes Scholar. But a lot of people do that stuff. And that's the problem that I have with these dudes. And it's not just them. It's a lot of people on here. I just don't like a lot of these dudes on here that be sitting up lying. And like I say, the truth is out there now. We know who's preventing this fight from happening. We know now. You see, it's been silenced in Errol Spence apologist land, because now they don't know what to do now. Because like I say, they can't blame this on Top Rank. They can't blame this on Bob Arum. They can't blame this on Terrence Crawford. The man agreed to accept 35, you know what I'm saying? The man agreed to accept 35, 65, whatever the case may be. Which I think that's appalling. I think that's a very low ball and insulting offer to offer somebody, like I said, that's a former, you know what I'm saying, that's basically the pound-for-pound best fighter on the planet. It's funny, Errol Spence gave Mikey Garcia a bigger percentage. He gave Danny Garcia a bigger percentage. Mikey Garcia has never been undisputed. Danny Garcia has never been undisputed. But then but there you have it. You want to make sure the other get paid, but then you want to lowball the brother, and then you have these fake pro-black Negroes on here trying to play that black card. And it's kind of funny. You got these goofies like putting up pictures of Terrence Crawford taking pictures with white women. Like, I mean, Deontay Wilder take pictures with white people, trying to make it look like he's some kind of sellout. But these are the same dudes that's married to Asian women, Hispanic women, not dark Hispanic women, melaninless Hispanic women, or white women. But then they trying to, you know, then they trying to hold up the black fist. Like I said, the main perpetrators and being divisive with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence have been black people. You ain't seen no white people talking about Terrence Crawford the way black people been talking about him. They say Al Heyman is devalued Terrence Crawford. They say Bob Arum, but then here you have Al Heyman doing the same damn thing. So basically you believed. So basically you saying what Bob Arum was saying about Terrence Crawford is true. So I'm just keeping it a buck, but this is your black community for you. This is your black community. This is your black community. I don't give a damn about you Negroes being mad at me, because like I said, I wouldn't follow your script. I'm gonna continue to say that. You can't create a code when you ain't on code. You can't tell me to be on code when you not on code. When you been tearing down a black man. But you accuse people that don't look like you of doing the same thing your ass been doing. These dudes on here is faker than a lady with 4 titties. That's real talk. And you know there ain't no lady walking around with 4 titties. Well, I hope not. KP, like I said, they don't want to pay Bud. They gave you all the signs. Like I said, Tim Smith said it in April. Or was it April? Was it March? They said, oh, we don't know if we have the money to pay Terry. No, you just don't want to give it to him. Like I said, you had allegedly 10 million for Caleb Plant. Who would Caleb Plant beat? Okay, they talked about Bud only got one belt. Okay, Caleb Plant only had one belt at the time. Like I said, a lot of people are starting to see what's going on, and people can't talk their way out of it. And the Spence Brigade can't talk their way out of it. Now they done made it personal. Now people start to say, "Hey man, what's going on, man?" You got Michael Buffer talking. You got Max Kellerman coming out saying, "Hey man, this is not looking right." You know, I'm just saying, man. What's that other guy? I can't even remember that other guy's name. You got people just coming out saying, "Hey man, this went on too long, man." Like I said, 10 months? Actually, 10 months. Or actually almost a year, if you want to get technical, because next month it'll be a year since Terrence Crawford last fought. It don't take this long to make no damn fight. Remember, they were the ones saying, "Hey, you need to leave Top Rank. This fight will be made overnight." Well, it's been pretty much 10 months overnights. It's about to be made overnight. Man, you need to leave the plantation. Like I said, I saw all the signs that PBC didn't want to have nothing to do with Bud. It's two fighters that PBC don't want. They don't want Demetrius Andrade, and they don't want Terrence Crawford. They never wanted to do business with him. Might be. But at the end of the day, we probably still ain't gonna get that fight. Like I said before, we just gotta keep it a buck. Like I said, don't come here talking that black stuff with me when it comes to Al Heyman. Al Heyman don't even treat black fighters right. Al Heyman value his Hispanic fighters more than he do black fighters. He keep putting them on pay-per-view that nobody buys. But you feel like nobody ain't gonna buy Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence? What did Luis versus Ortiz do? What did Ortiz versus Charles Martin do? What did Luis versus Areola do? Oh, we don't know, because they never released the numbers. So you can put those on pay-per-view, but you don't want. You feel like Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence should be on pay-per-view, or you're lacking to put that on pay-per-view. Like I said, everybody is trying to do damage control, stalling. Steven Espinosa, that's my man, but he's stalling. All this stuff about don't believe what you hear. Oh, no, we hear it, we see it. We hear it, we see it, we feel it. You ain't got no venue, you ain't got no fight date, you ain't got no contract. So we ain't trying to hear that stuff. All this stuff is just stall tactics. There ain't gonna be no damn fight on November the 19th. I'm just saying, there ain't gonna be no fight. And then, like I said, it's real quiet in Errol Spence nut hugging land, because he playing a role in this too, and he not escaping this. Deontay Wilder stood up to Al Heyman and said, "Hey, make the Tyson Fury fight. I want the rematch," and he made it happen. I just want y'all to look at the evidence. Terrence Crawford did everything that they asked him to do. But for real, let's just keep it a buck though. Let's let me further show you that they really don't want to make this fight the PBC. For a while, they wasn't even acknowledging Terrence Crawford's belt. They wasn't even acknowledging him as a champion. But you know, the pro-black brigade, they never said nothing. They never said nothing. They wasn't even acknowledging his title. They was making it look like the 3 belts that they had on the PBC side was the only real belts. Remember that. Remember that. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. And that's what I mean. But the fake pro-black brigade, they didn't say nothing about that. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing about that though. They didn't have nothing to say about that. The fake pro-black brigade. None of them said nothing when I said I didn't like how the PBC back in December of 2018 when I went to Wilder Fury 1. That was like one of the first signs that said, man, I don't know if they were trying to make this fight. When they showed everybody on the Jumbotron, what Terrence Crawford was there in attendance, and they didn't even show the dude on the Jumbotron. But they showed everybody else. And before you say, oh, well, you know, they only show they only show their own fighters. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a damn lie. Because Triple G wasn't a PBC fighter. They showed him. They showed him. They showed Triple G. They showed Triple G, the most overrated fighter probably in the last 30 years. But they didn't show the black dude. But then you had these dudes trying to talk this stuff about, oh, if you don't support the PBC, you some kind of sellout. Man, please. But the PBC put they black fighters on the back burner themselves. They have all these pay-per-views that have everybody but black fighters on there. Look how much push Fundora get. That's that for real. Hey, look how much push he get. I'm just saying. Look, I mean for real. Look how much push Cruz is getting. They running out of interesting fights to put on, because at the end of the day, they may have the roster, like they have like possibly 300-400 fighters, but these other promotional companies got some stars. I keep saying this. If they love black fighters so much, once again, why do they try to get Shakur Stevenson? Why do they try to get Keyshawn Davis? Why do they try to get Kayvon Davis? Why do they try to get Bruce Shushu Carrington? Top Rank is the one that's like signing all these black fighters. That's just real. That's real talk. They got some young stars. See, nobody wants to have these conversations because they too busy sucking up to the PBC and sucking up to people that don't give a damn about them. Al Haymon made it very clear that black fighters ain't that big of a priority to them. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, man. I mean, I already know Caleb playing fighting again. Like I said, you've been running this organization like a mom and pop store. It's more that I know that I haven't been saying. You run your organization like the swap meet, like the Compton swap meet. For real. Listen, we all know. It's documented. It's documented what happened that many people believe that they got kicked off of, that Top Rank played a role in getting them kicked off of HBO. If it's true, whether it's true or not, how do you get even with somebody? How do you get even with somebody? You be like, you know what? I'm going to get my best fighters and I'm going to put them against your best fighters and I'm going to whoop their ass. Not, well, I'm not going to do business with them. I'm not going to give the fans the best fight because, you know, a dude sued me and all this kind of stuff. Sometimes, man, you just got to move on from that stuff. At the end of the day, the lawsuits were thrown out of court. So like I said before, the best way to get even with somebody is to get them in the ring and just be like, okay. But it's kind of funny when you think about it. It's kind of funny. And this is the honest to God truth. I noticed that Terrence Crawford didn't whooped on a lot of PBC fighters. I mean, he's undefeated against PBC fighters. He didn't whooped on them. He didn't stop most of them. Like I said before, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. The plan to me, from my own guesstimation, the real plan in place was to try to basically stall Bud out. So basically they can make Errol Spence versus Canelo. But due to the fact that Canelo said he's out for like a year and he not coming back till September, that's foiled their plan. Because like I said before, Errol Spence was included in one of those packages that they offered Canelo. But once again, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. No, once again, nobody wants to be honest. But that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I will. Well, Mr. Stacks, the proof is in the pudding. What do you see? These dudes gotta wait for dates. They get told to go train, allegedly. They get told to go train. You got a fight coming up. Well, who am I fighting? I'll tell you later on. You've heard several fighters say this kind of stuff. Where the hell is Jarrett Hurd? Where's Jarrett Hurd, man? Where's J-Rock? When is Charlo fighting again? When is either one of the Charlos fighting again? When we gonna see them? When we gonna see Chris Colbert? When is we gonna see Gary Russell Jr. when he gets better? When we gonna see his brother? That's the problem. You notice they ain't got no fall schedule? Where the fall schedule at? Oh, I know why. They ain't got one. They ain't got one. That's the damn problem. They ain't got no damn fall schedule. Like I say, man, the truth hurts. But you know, they get mad at the wrong, they always get mad at the wrong dude, man. They get mad at the dude that try to, they get mad at the dude that try to tell them the truth. And then what happens is a lot of these goofballs be thinking, like, I need to make this very clear to you dudes. You goofballs can't intimidate me. That's what's going on. These dudes, like I told y'all, a lot of these dudes is mad at me because I won't do what they say. And then a lot of times, like I said, none of you goofballs can intimidate me. I'm just keeping it 100. Like, you ain't finna make me say what y'all want me to say. Like I said, if you upset about what I've been talking about, that's your damn problem, not mine's. I mean, come on, man. I'm like for real. I'm like, you get mad at somebody because they, I mean, like, come on, man. You mad at somebody because they try to kick real facts to you? That's all I'm saying. You really mad at somebody because they telling y'all they trying to be objective and they won't cheerlead for one guy. You mad at a dude because he want a fight between two of the best black fighters on the planet to happen. But you mad because I won't cheerlead for your guy. And you mad because a lot of you dudes been busted for lying. Been flat out busted, been flat out lying. But once again, that's not my problem. It's not my problem, man. That's not my problem, man, because I won't say what you want me to say. Like I said, go get help. Seek therapy, man. Yeah, Aubrey, they real quiet. I sat back, like I said, I sat back and had a lot of people trying to play the blackness card with me, questioning me, you know, talking stuff about me behind the scenes that they didn't think would get back to me. Well, like I said, I'm presenting the evidence to you. Who the hell, like for real? Since when did Ortiz become a pay-per-view star? But one of the reasons why they putting that stuff on pay-per-view, because that's probably how they have to pay some of these fighters. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I told, like I said before, man. Just because these dudes got 50, 60,000 subscribers, that don't mean they know what they talking about. I'm like this, like I said, I'm out there really in the field. I'm really out there asking the questions. I'm really out there talking to people. Like I said before, I told y'all, I'm gonna say this again. I told y'all back in 2019. I told y'all after Terrence Crawford fought the Mean Machine, the Sanctioned Body said that they already was putting this in play. I promise you, if Terrence Crawford give up that WBO belt, say, I'm moving to 154. I bet you a fight will get made then. I bet you somebody's name, I bet you Errol Spence will be trying to get in the ring then. I bet you if Danny Garcia, I bet you if Sean Porter had beat Terrence Crawford, I bet you Errol Spence would have gotten in the ring. I bet you it would have been a fight for undisputed. Like I said before, it appears to me that, and then let me tell you something else, like I can't stand about some of these Errol Spence nut huggers. It's funny when Errol Spence was always, you know what I'm saying, tweeting stuff, everybody was like acting like the Smurfs and stuff. Ooh, oh. But then Terrence Crawford tweets stuff. Oh, now everybody trying to play psychiatrist. Oh, I think something is wrong with Terrence Crawford. What? But that just goes to show you how these dudes is, man. That just goes to show you, like I said, look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. Look at the pattern with the fans. They kept pushing the goalposts back. First they were saying, hey, after the Mean Machine. Oh, Terrence Crawford, he need to fight Kell Brook. Tell me y'all didn't hear people saying that. You heard a whole bunch of people saying that. You heard the fake ass, you know what I'm saying, not the lead attorney, the least attorney. And you know who I'm talking about. You heard the least attorney talking about, oh, yeah, Terrence Crawford, he need to fight Kell Brook, or he ducking. We need to see this as a measure stick. Then he fights Kell Brook, he stops him. Then all of a sudden, it's the excuse, oh, well, Kell Brook was damaged goods. Well, he wasn't damaged goods. when Errol Spence fought him, coming off a loss from Triple G, and you literally had people try to change the narrative and try to say, oh, well, you know, that loss don't count because that was at a higher weight. If it's a professional fight, a loss is a loss. You can't categorize a loss. But that's what these Errol Spence apologists tried to do. Just keep it a buck. Just keep it a buck. Then, okay, so what was next? Then they said, oh, when Sean Porter got made the mandatory. Oh, man, he need to fight. He need to fight Sean Porter. He need to fight Sean Porter because he ain't fought nobody. This is a real test if he fights Sean Porter. First they said Sean Porter, first they said he was ducking Sean Porter. Okay, then when the fight got made, what happened? All of a sudden the narrative started to shift. They was acting just like that dude from I'ma Get You. Y'all remember dude from I'ma Get You sucking the fake pro-black dude who was married to a white woman? You know, like a lot of these dudes out here. Brother, brother, are you down? Yes. Do you believe in revolution? Yes. Do you believe in change? Yes. Brother, will you fight with me? Yes. That's exactly what they did when Sean Porter versus Bud got made official. The whole narrative changed. And then when Terrence Crawford became the first dude to stop Sean Porter, did all this, well, Sean Porter already had losses. Well, Danny Garcia already had losses. They sensationalize every victory with Errol Spence, but then they downplay every victory with Terrence Crawford. And that's what these Negroes been doing. They did just like that dude. I'm gonna get you sucked. Like I said, you saw all the signs that they was acting like that they was timid to make this fight. Like I said, I was in Dallas. Terrence Crawford came there with his crew to they wouldn't even let the dude in the ring. They did. Errol Spence act like he was gonna get in there and tell Terrence Crawford that he want to smoke after he beat Sean Porter. What'd he do? He get up out of there and go full-fledged Richard Pryor. Shit! You know, like Richard Pryor from Stir Crazy. You know, remember they said Richard Pryor was scared of everything. You know, Richard Pryor always be running from everything, scared of scared of his own shadow. That's what Errol Spence looked like he did. You supposed to get up there, then he go tweet, I wasn't impressed. Well, why didn't you tell Terrence Crawford you wasn't impressed to his face? You saw all the signs. So, I'm just saying, man, get out of here with that stuff, man. Okay, J Money, what was the final results with Errol Spence versus Sean Porter? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Errol Spence barely win that fight? Wasn't that fight a split decision? If Errol Spence wouldn't have dropped Sean Porter, he would have lost that damn fight, or it would have been a draw. Bud stopped him. He stopped him. He stopped him. And then Errol Spence ran out of there. Or, well, excuse me, he moved a little quick. And then he go tweet, oh, I wasn't impressed. Then you had a bunch of these morons, and I'm finna get to them. Then you had a bunch of these morons try to say the fight was fixed. That the second knockdown didn't happen, was a phantom punch, when you clearly could see Sean Porter got hit, and then Terrence Crawford landed a punch to the back of Sean Porter's neck, which dropped him the second time. Watch the fight from every angle. So that was the new narrative. Remember, you had a bunch of those idiots pushing that narrative. So that was the next narrative. Remember, the fight was fixed. Oh, Kenny threw in the I mean, he got dropped twice. And I had a personal conversation with Kenny. Kenny told me he saw something he didn't like. And he did, and I'm not finna say what I'm not finna say. I think he thought that Terrence Crawford, the next punch he landed, was gonna actually put Sean's lights out. That he was gonna sleep Sean. And he basically stopped it before it happened. But then you have people trying to discredit Terrence Crawford again. But once again, this is people from our own community. All you had was a bunch of divisive ass Negroes on here. And now here we are now. October the 4th, still no damn fight in sight. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that's what these dudes do. Oh yeah, KP, remember dudes say what happened? I thought the brothers were 1,000 strong. Yeah, they were hiring that day. They went in with guns and came out with jobs. Like I said, that's exactly what these dudes were. No, I'm just saying. So you can sit up there and send your private tweets about tail biz that you think I don't know about why won't I fall in line? I'm not gonna fall in line. Like I said, there's a couple of people that don't like what I'll be saying, but I just want to tell you, I don't give a damn about you being mad, bruh. For real, I don't give a damn about you not talking to me, and you know who you is. So I want to make that very clear. Cause they idiots. Cause they who they say they is. You didn't have people say way more personal stuff about Terrence Crawford. Like I said, you didn't see people say a lot of personal stuff about Terrence Crawford that they shouldn't have been saying. And a lot of this started with that. A lot of it started with that cornball barber bitch conversations, because he was the main catalyst. And I know that hoe still be listening to my channel. You still a bitch. You always gonna be a bitch, Fred. You're not self-made, bro. I'm just keeping. A lot of this stuff started with that cornball Fred, and then a lot of other dudes followed suit. You listen to a dude. You listen to a dude like that. The dude with a short complex, a blackness complex, who try to act like he in the same category with Warren Buffett. But like I said, he started a lot of this stuff. He was the main dude that started a lot of this stuff, where you had these personal attacks on Terrence Crawford. But he's supposed to be such a supporter of Malcolm X. But he's supposed to be about bridging the gap in the community. And like I said, that's what happened. He was mad because I wouldn't fall in line. So that's why he started talking about me behind my back and saying little weak stuff that he was saying that he didn't think was gonna get back to me. I know everything. I think all of this started. A lot of people saw Terrence Crawford as a real threat when they saw how he manhandled Jeff Horn. A lot of people try to act like they confident that this fight is going to be an easy fight for Errol Spence. Like I said, it ain't going to be no easy fight. It ain't going to be an easy fight for Bud. But a lot of these dudes think that when the bell ring, Errol Spence is going to land 3 punches and the fight going to be over. I wouldn't bank a victory based off what happened with Gamboa and Kavaliauskas. Kavaliauskas is an Olympian, and he do hit hard. And keep in mind, he ain't been the same since Terrence Crawford stopped him. Terrence Crawford got dropped, and he got right back up, and he whooped the Mean Machine's ass. Terrence Crawford took that hard shot from Gamboa. He shook it off, and he stopped Gamboa. And that's when Gamboa was undefeated. Terrence Crawford knocked him out, stopped him. And to be honest with you, Gamboa ain't never been the same since he got stopped by Terrence Crawford. Jeff Horn ain't been the same since he got stopped by Terrence Crawford. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. I'm just saying, Felix Diaz, he ain't never been the same. Jeff Horn was never the same the way Bud whooped on him. Gamboa was never really the same after Terrence Crawford stopped him. Mean Machine ain't been the same since Terrence Crawford stopped him. Sean Porter retired. So there you have it. If Terrence Crawford was such an easy fight for Errol Spence, they would have been made this fight. Yeah, he do. Tell me that I'm lying. Everybody that Bud got a hold of, they ain't been the same. And what little fight that Amir Khan had in him after Bud made him quit. Amir Khan, you see what happened when he fought Kell Brook. Kell Brook stopped him. So I'm just saying. Gamboa ain't been the same since Terrence Crawford stopped him. Terrence Crawford takes something out of you. He really do. Victor Postal ain't been the same. So I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm sorry that this truth is hurting y'all, man. I'm sorry that this truth is hurting some of y'all. I'm sorry that y'all somewhere. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry y'all somewhere crying in y'all cars. I'm sorry y'all somewhere saying, they don't comply, man. You can say you can't stand me all you want. I told y'all I'm not following no script. So like I said before, if Terrence Crawford was such easy work, why we in year 4 going into year 5 that this fight ain't been made? Once again, Terrence Crawford ain't fought nobody. That came from Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford don't really have a storyline for us to fight him. That came from Derrick James. You need to get you a belt. That came from Errol Spence. You need to leave Bob Arum. You need to take less money. Well, he conceded on all that stuff. But like I said, the next cap is gonna be, he got to fight in Cowboy Stadium. That's gonna be the next hurdle. I'll promise y'all that. That's gonna be the next hurdle. That's gonna be the next cap they come with, and then because that's gonna be the next lifeline that the Spenceaholics gonna try to come with. Oh well, he need to fight at Cowboy Stadium for what? For what? Like, you can't make this. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, man. That's gonna be, I promise y'all, that's gonna be the next cap. That's gonna be the next lifeline. I would be surprised if Errol Spence tweet that by the end of the week. that you got to fight at Cowboy Stadium. And then the Terrence Crawford say, I ain't fighting that Cowboy Stadium. Oh, he's ducking. He doesn't really want to fight. That's gonna, all these dudes go pop up. The fake, the leased attorney, he gonna pop up. A couple of other people go pop up. A couple of other cornballs. I promise y'all that's gonna be the next cap. You heard it here first. Watch, they gonna start pushing that movement. Either somebody gonna make it up. Somebody just gonna come out of nowhere. Rumor is, watch, you heard it here. Because these dudes are so predictable. That's gonna be the next cap. Oh, rumor has it is, what's holding up the fight is they want to change the venue. They want Terrence Crawford to fight at Cowboy Stadium, and he refusing to fight at Cowboy Stadium. Then you gonna have people see, I told you Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight. Well, you should fight at Cowboy Stadium because they can get 70, 80 man. Errol Spence couldn't even get 40,000 people up in there selling $35 tickets. But he's such a big draw. And he can't move the pay-per-view needle past 210,000. But he's such a star, though. That's gonna be. I promise y'all, that's gonna be the next cap. That's gonna be the next. I promise you, somebody gonna start making video. That's gonna be another lie. And I can tell y'all right now, that's a lie. That's gonna be the new. That's gonna be the next. That's gonna be the next cap that somebody come with. Probably the bald-headed leased attorney gonna come up with that cap. And then a lot of the Errol Spence brigade, they gonna follow suit. Well, why shouldn't he fight at Cowboy Stadium? Well, if that's the case, why can't he fight at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta? That's as neutral as you can get. KP, I'm just KP. Have I ever lied to you? Have I ever fronted? Have everything I ever told you came true? All my predictions came true. That's gonna be the next cap that they come up with. The new narrative is gonna be they want Terrence Crawford to fight at Cowboy Stadium. Bro, stop it, dude. Fred ain't got no hands. He got smushed face by Kenny Porter. So just stop it. Have you ever seen me fight? Dude, don't come on here cheerleading, bro. I will run your ass off my channel, bro. Have you ever seen me fight? Cause I'm real good with my hands, so don't come on here with that bullshit. Matter of fact, somebody get rid of Chillborn. Block his ass. Block his ass. We ain't doing no cheerleading today, so block Chillborn. Get his ass up out of here. Yep. Goofball. Now go run back and tell Barber bitch conversation. I said that. If you, I mean for real, I ain't sending no challenges out to nobody. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you something right now. These dudes that's challenging people I ain't challenging nobody to nothing. Cause you do that, YouTube is flagging your channel. They give you strikes. They doing all that stuff. I ain't challenging nobody to nothing. That's just real talk. Get your ass out of here, bro. Cornball. Get your ass off my channel, bro. Go cheerlead some. Go take your pom pom somewhere else, boy. You know what? You know what? I'm not even gonna speak on that, man. I know what you're saying. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone, because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm gonna just leave that alone, man. I ain't even gonna speak on that, because all that's gonna lead us. But you know, at the end of the day, you gotta understand, people be looking for divisive stuff. Like I said, people just divisive, and you know, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, once again, tell me where I lied as far as everything that I've been saying. You seen all the signs that they weren't trying to make this fight. You saw all the signs. Dude, you ain't got to apologize to me. You don't owe me no apology. I just wanted people to know that I wasn't being what people accused me of, which was being a coon and a sellout. Because first of all, nobody rides for the community more than I do. I'm doing the work. Like, man, for real. It's so, man, for real. Everybody that knows me, like I said, I could have more views and more subscribers if I did what other people did, but I refuse to compromise myself and my channel, because everything I say, I mean it, and I'm passionate about who I am, and I love my community. Real talk. You ain't got to apologize to me, bro. You ain't got to apologize. You can like whoever you want to like. All I'm saying is, this shouldn't have been. I'm mad at the people that were dividing and being divisive, that were tearing black people down because they supported Terrence Crawford. Who were trying to make people who were fans of Terrence Crawford seem to be sellouts and coons and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to say middle finger to you dudes. But you will be the same ones that are complaining about Terrence Crawford being funny style towards the black media. Well, do you blame him? Terrence Crawford watches this stuff, just like a lot of these fighters do. Do not think that these dudes don't watch people's channels. I know for a fact they watch my channel. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. These dudes watch. These dudes watch. I mean, if you Terrence Crawford, let's just keep it a buck. Wouldn't you be hesitant to talk to the black media when they always tear you down, or you got content creators that's always putting you down? You got to be honest. Because at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford really haven't got too personal with Errol Spence. I mean, Bomac did say some stuff, but at the end of the day, it ain't like how people enhanced it and stuff. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. But Terrence Crawford never really got hella personal. But you had Errol Spence imply that Terrence Crawford was a coon, said he called him a slave. He called him a slave. But then you Al Heyman slave. Like I said, you going from like, for real, you going from 12 years a slave allegedly to Django or to the Dahomey tribe. So which is worse? You've been lying to the fans for like talking about you your own boss. You ain't your own boss. You ain't your own boss. You ain't your own boss. Like I said, it's a lot more going on than what I've been saying. And like I said before, if you dudes are mad about what you hearing coming from me and other people, well, like I said, you need to get mad at people with organization, because guess what? They the ones that's leaking out the information to us. They leaking it out. They the ones texting us, telling us what's going on. So don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at other people. They the ones that's leaking it. But real talk. Anyway, it's your boy Town Biz. I'm out. Nigga, don't get